Yo, what's up guys? Got pokeaim here with my Araquanid showcase. We're going to be using Choice Span Araquanid. Now, if you guys actually missed any of my previous showcases or maybe any of the moveset videos on my channel, I uploaded the one for trying to add Marowak to this showcase, right? I uploaded one for Araquanid earlier today at 2 p.m. Eastern, so you can check that out on the channel. There's always a playlist, by the way, linked down below if you want to check out any of the previous showcases. But shout out to my boy RPal for the team. We have Choice Span Araquanid. He originally had enough speed for Skarmory, but I like the idea of being anti-Trick Room with Araquanid, especially because this team is a little bit weak to Trick Room in general, since it's hyper offense, or it's offense, if not it's rain offense. So we have Choice Span Araquanid, or Araquanid Lord as he called it. Defensive U-turn Pelipper. Let me fix this real quick. With U-turn Scald, Hurricane, and Roost. SD Meg Scizor helps us out versus our Tapu weakness a little bit. Rain Dance, Swift Swim, Kingdra, or Swift Swim abusing Kingdra with the Rain. Alolan Muck, which helps us with Tapu Lele as well, and Tapu Koko, which is a pretty big weakness. And then our Defogger is Tapu Fini. So let's look for a game. If you guys want to use the team alongside me, you can. The link to the team is going to be down below. But hopefully you guys enjoy this showcase. I'm very excited to be able to use Araquanid. That boy hits so hard. He hits like a truck. And hopefully we can get a kill or two with it under rain. I'm assuming how the way the team's going to go is Kingdra's going to sweep a lot. Muck is going to beat a lot of Tapu Leles. And then Scizor is just going to SD sweep. But I can assure you that if I have 100% wins with one of those three, I will go for the lesser win with Araquanid if possible. Yeah, we got a game. I really like Araquanid as a lead versus my opponent's team. I very much like it as a lead because it could beat his Stealth Rockers. He leads off a Tapu Lele. Now, I know for a fact I can live any one hit. Thank you, friend. But it's not in my best interest to actually stay in and click Liquidation as much as I want to. It's not in my best interest to stay in. He has to go for Psychic or Thunderbolt anyway, and my best play is just going Route to Muck. He could actually hard switch, but it's very tough to hard switch into this. And if he does hard switch, it would be Tapu Bulu. As he goes Tapu Fini, even that is also his other switch, and I can just proceed to go out to my Muck and just click Knock Off, getting rid of what I'm expecting to be a Celesteela's item right now. Nothing wants to switch on this thing except for maybe his Celesteela or his that's shiny, but it's either Celesteela or his Gigalith. So Celesteela ends up coming out. I can go route to my Pelipper. I feel pretty safe going out to Pelipper because I can always U-turn out of there, take the hit as he goes for the Leech Life. And what I'm actually going to do is double out into my Araquanid on his more than likely Protect as he goes up to Gigalith. So this isn't bad at all. I really just want to see the damage. I can live a Stone Edge. I'm going for this. I'm going for Liquidation. I'm not even going for anything else. That's 33% on a resisted Mon. That's damage. That's all I have to say. I feel like he'll predict my Muck or my Pelipper. I'm actually going to go for a double Liquidation, expecting a double right here. Maybe going Celesteela or Gigalith to try and get up rocks on the Muck. Even if he goes for Moonblast, he can't do much to me anyway. And I beat him 1v1 just because of his own Sand. The fact that Sand is up actually allows me to beat him 1v1. So if he does double right here, as you can see, that does absolutely nothing. And look at that. We're going to be able to knock out the Tapu Fini with another one. Basically, his counter to this is going down. I could definitely see him going out to Tapu Bulu now if he wants to, though. But that'll also just give me recovery. As he goes Celesteela, that was not the counter. He's not going to be able to beat me with the Heavy Slam either. This is beautiful. Look at that. Araquanid Lord. The name is definitely appropriate. We're already putting in work early on in the game. Yum. Alright, so we're able to get rid of Celesteela, which is amazing, and Tapu Fini is weakened, which really helps Kingdra. Actually, Kingdra almost outspeeds his entire team prior to basically Kingdra can outspeed his entire team without Rain being up. So Araquanid Lord, the Araquanid, put in a lot of work right here. I expect the Moonblast. I don't want to go directly into my Muck, but I feel like that's a fine play regardless of what he does, because his Moonblast won't be able to 2-hit KO me. Yep. And what I can do is, he's definitely specs just based on that damage. So I can go right for Pursuit if he wants to switch out. I'm assuming he'd want to switch out anyway. And by me going for Pursuit, that puts him in range of the... I guess I could just predict I guess there's no reason actually not to go for knockoff right here. Yeah, there's no reason not to go for knockoff. It hits everything on his team, as he crits me with the Moonblast. So I made the correct play, I feel, anyway. But I can go out to my Scizor. That's definitely specs damage. And now it's a little bit harder to deal with this thing. Knockoff would have put it in range of pretty much anything or knocked it out. It probably wouldn't have knocked it out, but it would have put it in range of pretty much anything. And I can just go right for the Brutal Swing right here because it does hit Marowak. As it's just my best play overall, or all around. As he is defensive Marowak, so we should be able to outspeed him. We do outspeed him. We even outspeed Jolly Marowak. So I can go for a double Brutal Swing right here and just knock him out. So Marowak is gone. Beautiful. And all he has left is 3 Tapus and a Gigalith, all of which Scizor beats. Like 1v1. Scizor actually beats 1v1. If he wants to do anything, it's going back out into... It's not Tapu Bulu. I don't think going out to Tapu Bulu was the play right here, because I definitely beat this thing 1v1. I can go right for SD and just proceed to 1v1 him. Sorry if you hear the shower in the background. I can't do anything about that. But we can just proceed to SD up as he goes right for Superpower. Now, I don't want to go for the Bullet Punch because Tapu Lele could come back out, and I do live any attack he wants to go for. So I want to go for the Brutal Swing, but I'm not sure if he has HP Fire. I really want to Roost here, though. I don't have a reason not to Roost. Like, even if he Superpower crits me, he won't be able to kill me. And as you see, I am getting recovery, and he's also lowering his defenses. So I have no reason not to Roost. At the same time, though, right now, I do want to go for the Brutal Swing just in case he tries to go Tapu Lele. Mainly because Psychic Terrain would allow him to dodge the... Psychic Terrain would allow him to dodge the Bullet Punch, but he doesn't seem to want to do that. So we'll just fire off a Bullet Punch right here. Knock out the Tapu Fini. Scizor should just win. However, I really don't know his... He goes Tapu Bulu. That's interesting. I wouldn't have made that play. I can Roost up on him and just take any damage he wants to go for as he goes for that Superpower. Yeah, like I said, even if he crit me with Superpower, he wouldn't be able to knock me out. And his own Grassy Terrain helps me. Like, it's healing me turn per turn. Yeah, Gigalith is out. Gigalith cannot beat me 1v1. I am offensive Scizor, if you guys can tell by my attacks. It's 876 at double, so it's 438. We can go right for the Bullet Punch. I don't think he has HP Fire. I really don't think he has HP Fire on his Tapu Lele. Even though that may be the case, I'm actually not going to risk it. So what I will do here is go Pelipper just to get up the rain, because if he does have HP Fire, he'll go for it here. He does go right for Psychic though, which means I can now just go right out to Kingdra. And I think my best play is actually to click Surf. I don't want to miss. I just want damage off on him to the point where Scizor's Brutal Swing can knock him out. Beautiful. And that's actually all the damage I needed, because now I can go right to Scizor, click Brutal Swing, and be fine. He can't sweep me with HP Fire as long as I have this plus Water type. So Brutal Swing able to knock out Tapu Lele, nice. And all he has left is that Tapu Bulu. If it wants to go for Wood Hammer, it's not recovering enough. I obviously 4 times resist it. And Grassy Terrain is also going to be healing me up to full. So the Tapu Bulu is going to go down. Unfortunate that my Muck, what happened with my Muck pretty much, because basically what would have happened is if Muck didn't get, look how much Wood Hammer is doing to a 4 times resist. If Muck didn't go down, I would have been able to weaken him and then just click Araquanid a couple times. But Araquanid put in work though. That boy pretty much killed Tapu Fini and got rid of Celesteela. And Tapu Fini being weakened would have been amazing for Kingdra had I kept using it, obviously. But we'll just BP right here. It should be a 2-hit KO. Yep. And even if he crits us, like I said, he won't be able to kill me. And I still get a little bit of recovery because of the Grassy Terrain. So I think this was a good first battle. Definitely a good first battle. Showcasing how hard Araquanid hits. Good game, dude. So let's pause it actually real quick until we find another one. And we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we got another game. And this is exactly why I put min speed on my Araquanid. We have Trick Room right here. Yep. Okay, anyway, ignoring his name. I'm going to lead off with my Muck. It matches up extremely well versus him. Actually, Scizor just straight up destroys him, but Muck matches up extremely well versus him. And I can just click Knock Off into Shadow Sneak versus everything and get rid of it. This is a Stealth Rocker. I don't know if he'll go for Trick Room or Stealth Rock first. Have fun. Germany. Hey, thank you. Good luck from Germany. Thank you. I don't see a reason not to go for double knockoff. I could go for Shadow Sneak here, but I really don't see a reason not to go for the double knockoff. As if he wants to Trick Room, it's negative priority anyway, and we're able to 2-hit KO Nihilego. So, beautiful. Able to get rid of that Mon, and my Defogger defogs on a lot of his team. He goes Crabominable. Speaking of which, this is probably the best one for me to defog on. As he goes right for Earthquake. That has to be Life Orb. Yeah, that does a lot, though. I'm not going to lie. That's good damage. But we can defog right here, get rid of his rocks immediately. We don't have, unfortunately, we don't have hazards on this team, if you guys didn't notice. But we don't need hazards when we have Araquanid, the god. So, Magearna's going to come out. And speaking of Araquanid, we're actually going to go right out into it right now, as he's more than likely going to set up the Trick Room. As he goes for a Z Power, no! Not Twinkle Tackle. Ugh! Why not the Trick Room? That's a little bit annoying. I should be able to go Pelipper, though, and get a slow U-turn out into Araquanid, the Lord. If he wants to Trick Room up here, as he does. And like I said, I should be able to get a slow U-turn off. I don't know if he has Volt Switch, however. I kind of want to risk it. I really want to risk it, actually. I'm risking it. As he goes right for Thunderbolt and knocks me out. That's fine. That's fine. I'm in. I'm in. Rain is up. I am in. I am slower than you and I am in. I'm okay with that. Yeah, goodbye. This is why we run Min Speed Brave even when we're running it on a Rain team. Because it is a Lord. And he only has 2 more Trick Roomers left. One of them being Alolan Executor. I am slower than this as well. Again, one of the points I hit was that Min Speed Araquanid does outspeed Trick Room Marowak. So that is gone. And I think Scizor just wins. Reuniclus is going to come out. You are faster than me, excuse me. But I have a counter right here. Takes any hit, and I can just proceed to go for the knockoff. Get rid of that Mon, and then Muck kind of just cleans up on its own. I can get rid of the... Yeah, it doesn't care at all. That's why I said, guys, I think this is a great example of how Araquanid matches up versus Trick Room on a team that otherwise had a little bit of trouble with Trick Room. I can just sack Araquanid here. I don't want to, but I can. I really didn't want to. But we can sack it to the close combat. And what I could have done was just click Moonblast twice and won the game. There was no way that that would be able to win. But once again, guys, we're just going to pause it until we find another battle. That was a great example of, basically, he had, like I said, enough speed for Skarmory, but because the team was a little bit weak to Trick Room, seeing as how Trick Room takes advantage of the speed, and this team takes advantage of the fact that Kingdra obviously has double speed. I love how Kingdra's actually not doing much, and Araquanid is the one, and Muck and Scizor. But, yeah, that was a good example of how Araquanid with Brave Nature, even on a team that doesn't necessarily, you know, have Trick Room on it, just functions versus Trick Room. I would have been slower than, I was slower than Magearna, slower than Marowak. I also would have been slower than Crabominable. So a lot in this team would have fallen to that. But in any case, we're going to pause it, guys, until we find another battle. We will be right back. Did you guys see, by the way, how well I took that Zimu Twinkle Tackle? That is a strong attack. Anyway, we got a game versus more than likely Webs. I'm not sure. I'm going to lead off with my Tapu Fini because it can't be put to sleep. Thank you, friend. And it should be able to 2-hit KO the Smeargle. I'm not sure, actually. Unfortunately, like I said, this team does not have an answer or a ground type, really, or at all. But what I can do is just 2-hit KO this thing with the Moonblast, as he does go for taunt. So he is limited to Webs. I don't really matter. That doesn't really matter too much to me. Scizor is the Mon that puts in so much work versus his team, and Webs don't really matter too much to that Pokemon. So I can go right out into my Alolan Muck just to eat the hit from Tapu Koko if necessary. As he goes right for Thunderbolt. Gets the para, unfortunately, on me. This one is tough for him to switch into, though. I actually just want to go for Pursuit just in case he Volt switches. I need a little bit of chip damage, that way I can knock him out with +2 Scizor. So this is the damage I want. As we're able to get it off, beautiful. So now +2 Scizor will be able to knock him off. On top of that, I get the Poison Touch, which is amazing. Kumala is going to come out. What I can do is just go for knockoff. If he wants to Earthquake, that's fine. As he goes for Wish, I'm not going to let him bring in anything, though. So I'll go for Poison Jab here, as needed. As he's going to go for Earthquake, beautiful. So like I said, I wasn't going to let him bring in anything right there. As I can now go out to my Tapu Fini. Because of Sticky Web, if he actually wants a U-turn pass, he can't. And I can just go right for Defog. I don't think Kumala learns Taunt. I love this Mon. I'm a very big advocate of Kumala. So I should be able to fire off a Moonblast here. Because if he wants a slow U-turn, yeah, it's not a slow U-turn when you get up Sticky Web. So Muck did its job. It weakened the Tapu Koko. I'm not sure if it could take a Moonblast now, but nothing on his team really wants to come in on this mon. Let's see if Tapu Koko actually takes this. Yeah, I figured it didn't. And look at Muck. That's why I went for Pursuit as well. So being able to get rid of that mon is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Kartana's going to come out. Huh. I don't know if he's SD. SD, it's a bit of an issue. I want to go Mega Scizor. I think Mega Scizor's the play. As he goes right for Leaf play. And what I can do is actually proceed to just Swords Dance up. Because if he goes Marowak, I am faster. And what I can do is just knock it out with the +2 Brutal Swing. So that should work right here. Goodbye. Marowak is gone. Amazing. Gyarados is going to come out. I don't see a reason not to go for Brutal Swing, because if he does Mega Evolve right away, then Tapu Fini deals with it. And basically, I deal with this really well. I can just Bullet Punch twice. If the first Bullet Punch doesn't knock it out, the second one will. As the first one actually ends up getting rid of the Gyarados. Beautiful. So Mega Scizor putting in a ton of work. Unfortunately, Araquanid is not able to come out right now, but I'm going to let it get its last kill. I can just Roost right here. I just want to see how much damage he would do. He wouldn't be able to do anything to me. The Brutal Swing. Yeah, basically Mega Scizor just won. After that pursuit damage on the Tapu Koko, he had no way of switching into this thing. I could just Brutal Swing twice. Even if Night Slash crits, it's not going to be able to knock me out. Nice. Mega Scizor putting in a ton of work. That's why I still love Brutal Swing on it, allowing it to hit Marowak, and hits a lot in this. It hits a lot in this generation, or at least in this pre-bank. But he can go for Earthquake. I want to finish it off with. I'm finishing it off with Araquanid. I don't care what anybody says. I am finishing off with Araquanid. Nice U-turn. It's time. The Araquanid is here. I'm getting my kill. Yeah, on his wish. That doesn't even matter. Good game, friend. Yeah. Beautiful. Araquanid is going to be able to finish him off. That's what I wanted. But yeah, basically I just wanted Araquanid to get a kill. He never got out to Pokeball. Actually, if Araquanid would have came out, it probably would have 2-killed everything. Gyarados takes like 50. I think Gyarados takes like 50% under Rain after Intimidate. So, like I said, guys, we're just going to pause it until we find another battle. We will be right back. Alright, guys, so we have another battle versus Stinson, and I like Rain. Araquanid puts in a ton of work versus my opponent's team. I actually want to lead off with a Alola Muck just because nothing on his team appreciates a knockoff at all. I'm not sure if he'll do the same as I will, but like I said, nothing on his team appreciates a knockoff at all. Well, nothing ever likes this in their item. Nothing also appreciates being burnt. I just want to put that out there. But Araquanid under Rain should be able to put in some decent work this game. I'm assuming he's just going to Thunder Wave me with his Necrozma after setting up rocks. As leads off a Tapu Fini. Probably the best lead possible. I could go for the Pursuit here and try. No, there's nothing I could do. I'm just going to go for Knockoff. There's no point in going for Pursuit. He can't beat me 1v1 if he Calm Minds up. If he actually goes for Calm Mind, great. I get rid of its item, and if he actually allows me to get rid of his item, I wouldn't do that if I was my opponent. But if he actually allowed me to get rid of this thing's item, then Araquanid's 2-KOing it with Rain anyway. Yeah, he goes for Nature's Madness, so beautiful. Beautiful. Your leftovers are gone. Your leftovers are actually gone. And we can just go right for Poison Jab here. I don't see a reason not to. Like I said, Araquanid now, that boy is going to put in a ton of work. You saw I do 34% outside of Rain. That's just regular damage. Yeah. And we can just go right for the jab. Lovely. I actually don't think Shadow Sneak knocks it out. What is this? I doubt Shadow Sneak knocks it out. But I don't want to take any damage. I mean, either way, I have to take damage, a hit to do it. So I'll go for Shadow Sneak here and see if it knocks it out. As he goes out to a Alola Muck. Not the worst turn for me. He's actually Leftovers Muck. Interesting. Well, you don't need that Leftovers. Yeah, you don't need those Leftovers. So we're able to get rid of Muck's Leftovers. Beautiful. And if he's cursed, I mean, do I care with Scizor? I don't want him to have Flamethrower. That's the thing. I don't want him to have Flamethrower. So what I'd rather do is sack that. Be able to go out into Kingdra. I think Kingdra knocks it out right here. I don't want him to have Flamethrower though. Actually, what I'll do is I'll go out into my Pelipper And I'll U-turn out of there and be able to go out into my Scizor. That way, if he is actually Flamethrower, he won't do too much to me at all. I can go right to Scizor on the knockoff. Eating it up, not really. I actually did a lot. And we'll just Mega Evolve and Roost. And if he wants to go out to Celesteela, we're fine. But basically, just be able to Roost up. We'll be able to take Flamethrower as he crits me. Come on. It's okay. It's not your fault. But we'll be able to take that, go right for the Roost. And if he wants to go out to Celesteela, as he does, we can go right to Araquanid and just start clicking. Just start clicking Liquidation. Nothing wants to take this. I hope he doesn't go for Leech. I actually hope he goes right for Flamethrower. Beautiful. Can't burn me either because of my ability. And Liquidation is in. The Liquidation is here. Show me. He does have a resist. The Lord himself. Yes. Acknowledge it. There's a resist. It's gone. And the fact that Misty Terrain is up. I cannot be burnt. I cannot be burnt. And I can't be paralyzed either. So if he goes up to anything, pretty much like Necrozma, I'm clicking it again. Necrozma should die. You might think that's a crazy thing to say, but I'm pretty sure Necrozma will die. He does opt to go out to Kartana. I really want to get rid of this. I don't think you die though. I'm going to go out to Scizor. As he goes there for Leaf Blade. Yeah, as he should. And what I can do is just Roost up the damage. I need to stay healthy with this thing because Kartana could be a threat late game. But the fact that he doesn't have a water resist anymore outside of that Kartana, which isn't really a water resist, makes it harder for him to beat me 1v1. What I can do is go right to Pelipper and just click Scald. Totemize? Ooh. Does this thing learn T-Bolt? I don't know what this thing learns. No, Air Slash. Alright, that's fine. Get off a nice Scald. We actually get a burn immediately, which is absolutely amazing. Yeah, what I can do is just go out to Tapu Fini. That's beautiful. That burn damage is beautiful. I like how he's running offensive Celesteela though. That's cool. I'll protect up though. Obviously, I'm not getting any residual burn damage, but if he opts to switch out into Kartana, that'd be fine. As he goes out to Muck. So what me protecting doing is at least gives me a little bit more recovery. That way I can take on the Celesteela later. Goes right for Gunk Shot. I don't think he actually has Flamethrower. I'm going to Muck. As he goes for Taunt. Great, yeah. So he doesn't have Flamethrower. We know his set. And what I can do is actually double out to Pelipper. I don't expect him to stay in and go for Knockoff. As he does. I really did not think he would do that. I really didn't. Mainly because it wouldn't have accomplished much for him. But I can U-turn out of there and go right back out into Scizor. I think I should just try and go for game with Scizor. As he goes right for Pursuit. You know what? Let's just try and go for game for Kingdra. Let's just click Surf. The Surf is here. If he goes up to Necrozma, I still outspeed it, and I can 2-hit KO it under Rain. And nothing on his team takes Surf at all. Nothing. Like I said, I can outspeed everything on his team and knock it out with the Rain. Boosted Surf. So let's see a little more than likely go down just because he is offensive. The fact that he's offensive means that his Air Slash can actually flinch my Araquanid, which gets me a little bit worried, I guess. But again, nothing on his team is taking Surf. The Kingdra is here. His water resist is gone. He must have noticed. He definitely must have noticed. Also, trying to see a situation where you don't just sweep me here. T-Wave. Yep. There's the Necrozma. I could just, I could save this. I don't know if he has T-Wave. I'm going to go for Surf. I feel like he might be just a Calm Mind variant with rocks. Yep, there's a Thunder Wave. There's a yellow color. I don't mind that, though. As long as we get off this extra Surf, right? As long as we Surf right here and don't get paralyzed, that'd be amazing. No! Come on. I wouldn't have taken any damage, so I could still deal with his team. Please, please just get off the Surf. I don't want to deal with rocks. Come on, Kingdra. I probably should have clicked Hydro Pump, but I didn't want to miss. Alright, so we don't have to deal with rocks, which is beautiful. And now now he can go into his Kartana if he wants to. But I have no reason not to go out to my Scizor right here. On the Leaf Blade. And I'm actually going to go for SD just in case he goes out to Marowak first. Just in case he goes out to Marowak over over Celesteela. Beautiful. So again, this is why we run enough speed. We outspeed Jolly, Marowak. We can knock this thing out with the Brutal Swing. Unless he Scarf Marowak. Don't be Scarf Marowak. Yeah. Don't be Sash either. No. You run Leftovers or you run Thick Club. Able to get rid of that. Beautiful. And I should be able to go out to Tapu Fini on the flamethrower and just click Surf repeatedly. Yeah, that's just my best play. As he unfortunately misses Air Slash. The only way Air Slash would have beaten me down, though, is if he flinched me, which is definitely, you know, a probability. Definitely a probability. But we thankfully don't get flinched, as Burn isn't going to do the job. Alright, I can just protect up. Beautiful. And then I sack Kingdra. Just to give him that's the easiest time I can have. And then I just go right to Scizor and just click, I click Bullet Punch. So we should be okay right here. So BP will be able to knock it out at 1% at least. Just at 1%. And his last is that Kartana, which I should be able to SD on up versus... Yeah, Sacred Sword cannot beat my entire team. At all. Maybe he can crit me right here, though. Thank you, friend. But if he crit me there, that didn't matter. And I can go right for the Brutal Swing. I really want to know if he's Scarf. Going for Roost again is best, because if he does crit me, it's just my smartest play. Scizor putting in so much work, though. Scizor putting in a ton of work. +2 Brutal Swing does so much. Yeah, he has to be Scarf. And Bullet Punch will be able to knock him out. Good game, dude. So... we'll get one more game, and I'm going to pause it, guys. Hopefully Araquanid can come through. I mean, Araquanid has been coming through this live. That boy has been putting in a ton of work. But hopefully he can come through for one more game, the last game, and we'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so we are back with the final game of the live. Ooh, hopefully it's not... I shouldn't be lagging. Sorry, the program just opened up that I clicked by accident. But my opponent's team, very, very scary. I'm going to lead off a Muck because I can pretty much... beat everything 1v1. He actually leads off Magnezone, which isn't too bad because I really, really, really want to pursue this. Magnezone is a threat to my team, and by me at least weakening it with Pursuit, I don't expect him to stay in and click Thunderbolt. By me weakening it with Pursuit, I expect him to Volt Switch. He'll die to Surf, no matter what. I mean, the biggest threat to his team is Kingdra, and Araquanid doesn't have any switch-ins. I mean, it never has switch-ins. It never does. That has to be Specs. That definitely has to be Specs. So we're able to get off a huge amount of damage on his zone as Skarmory is going to come out. And what I am going to do is just go right for the knockoff, get rid of this thing's item 2. He has weakened me for Tapu Lele, but I expected him to Stealth Rock there anyway. We get rid of his Custap Berry, so we know he's offensive. And what I can do is just go out to Pelipper on whatever attack he wants to go for. He ends up going for Spikes. I don't mind. I'll be able to defog this away. I expect him to taunt here, if anything, or Brave Bird. But Scald is going to do some damage to anything on his team. Magnezone would appreciate that. The fact that Magnezone is weakened, I think Kingdra is set to sweep almost. I just need to hit off on Alola, the Muck. I basically just need to hit off on the Muck if I want Kingdra to sweep. And he has to go for Moonblast with Tapu Lele. But basically, Kingdra can put in a ton of work versus my opponent's team. And it's in my best interest to click Scald here. That boosts his special attack stat too. He actually goes Magnezone, maybe predicting a defog or something. Obviously, I already know it. I don't know if he knows it, but it doesn't get defog this early on. I think SD, yeah, I actually think SD Scizor wins the game. So this is the problem with this team. It doesn't have an immunity to that, so I actually have to sack Muck, allowing him to go for Psychic. If he does go for Volt Switch though, not the worst for me. He could actually go out to his own Muck if he wanted to and go for Pursuit here. But now Magnezone is in range of Scizor, so at least Scizor can put in a little bit of work versus my opponent's team. And also, I know he specs. Just based on the damage, I know he specs. So my Tapu Fini should be able to outspeed him. And defog up versus anything on my opponent's team. Which I don't mind. Don't mind. So if you're going to go Tapu Lele, you have to go for Moonblast. He does go Tapu Lele. Like I said, he has to go for Moonblast. Obviously, I'm going to actually go for Pursuit just in case he tries to double as he goes right for that Moonblast. Yep. And I can go right out to Tapu Fini. Eat up the hit. And go for the defog and get rid of these hazards immediately. As he has Taunt on Tapu Fini. No! Taunt Tapu Fini, huh? That's not good. I need you healthy. I'll just click Surf, actually. Taunt Tapu Fini, huh? Wow. And he gets a Spadef drop. I would have been able to tank another one. Ah, that does so much damage. I gotta go with Scizor here. I actually have to go out to Scizor. That does so much damage. That did a ton. Holy crap. That did a ton too because he crit me as well. So I have to go for BP. I can't play around with this monster just because he crit me. It's okay. It's not your fault. BP does knock him out, and obviously Misty Terrain is up, not Psychic Terrain, so I can knock him out. It just really sucks that this is happening. Because I can indeed get swept. He shouldn't sack this, but he actually opts to, so I'm glad. That's one of his taunters gone, and I should proceed to... I should be able to knock out Magnezone at 7% as well with a BP. Metagross comes out. I can't save. I have to go for Roost. Yeah, what other play that I have? I didn't see another play right there. But we can go route to Pelipper and at least click Scald. I am going to click Scald because I need to get a kill. If he stays in, I get off damage for Hydro Pump. I mean, Hydro Pump will probably kill him anyway. Nice. Let's go ahead and get the Scald. Can we get a burn? No. Would have been a little bit too easy. And now what I can do is just go out into Muck. Excuse me, my Kingdra, and just start clicking Surf. Ah, man. Wasn't the best game for me, definitely. The taunt definitely caught me off guard, though. No, just like that was good on Tapu Lele. But just the fact that the crit on Scizor, man, I would have been able to live the Earthquake, and I would have been able to Roost up. He probably would have played it differently, though, but still. Can't even switch. I just got a Hydro Pump crit. Nah, that'd be too easy. Nah. Going for Hydro Pump and critting would have been too easy as well. Or even hitting it would have been just too easy. Call me Gator. Yeah, we can't hit any. Good game. We're going to get one more game. I'm not ending it right there because I didn't even get a chance to get off attacks that game. Crits my Scizor. Dodges 2 Hydro Pumps. Life of Hydro Pump even to Assault Vest Muck does damage in the rain. It's almost it's a 2 KO, I'm pretty sure, actually. Go to the calc real quick. Assuming he was Assault Vest, of course. Let's see, Muck. I'll put 252. I'll put the one that I put. 44. 100. And now we get Stall, which I don't know if we can break through because of the Alamola. I don't even want to play this one. Don't even want to play this one. Pelipper's a great lead, though. He can't burn me with Sableye. Like, he can't burn my Araquanid with Sableye. Let's see, though. But I want to see how much this would have done. Kingdra. Kingdra. Forever. 100. Pretty sure I'm timid, not modest. In the rain. Yeah, Hydro Pump is an easy 2 KO. Oh, that's not an Assault Vest. Wow. That boy tanks. Never mind. Leads off a Tapu Lele, which allows me to go route to Muck. As he goes right first. Thunderbolt and crits me turn 1. Beautiful. I'll just go for Pursuit, get off a little bit of damage. Hopefully I get a Revenge Poison right here. Revenge Poison would be beautiful. Revenge Poison would actually be lovely. I can't believe Muck ate that so well. The Hydro Pump in the rain. But that's assuming he was that type of Muck. And we get a Revenge Crit turn 1 and a Poison. Let's go. Immediate justice. Immediate justice. Sableye's going to come out. I'm going to go out into my Tapu Lufini just because he can't burn me. Obviously, he can't burn my Araquanid as well, but I don't want him to knock me off either. As he goes right for Will-O-Wisp. Nice. And what I can do is just fire off a Moonblast. Try and weaken this thing. I'm not going to try and predict right now. I don't care if Chansey could come out. I really don't. Because what this allows me to do is actually go out into my Muck on his Stealth Rock, most likely. Or Aromatherapy, that's fine too. Nothing can come in on a knockoff, though. Like, if he goes out to Sableye, he has a chance to be poisoned. And if he stays in with Chansey for whatever reason, we just got rid of its Violite, so that's beautiful. I'll take that. I'll Poison Jab you too. Why would you do that? Why would you allow your answer to Kingdra? Because you're going to win a Speed Time the following turn. That's why. I really want to go for Pursuit here, but I have no reason not to go for Poison Jab again. The fact that it has like a 50% chance to poison is amazing. Sableye's going to come out. I don't need this Mon. I'm going to go for another Poison Jab. I actually just want to get a Poison off on Sableye as he goes out to Alamola. Beautiful. We're able to poison that. I want to get rid of its leftovers as well with the knockoff. He's allowing me to pretty much weaken everything for Araquanid. I don't even care if he burns me. Why are we critting each other repeatedly? That's beautiful damage, though. And I can go for Poison Jab here. If he wants to switch out, that's fine. If he goes for Wish, that boy is not taking anything. I'm going to go for Pursue here. He should Protect, but just in case he opts to hard switch and try and pass that to something, Pursuit will be able to pick him off as he goes right for Protect. Yep. That was the best play. But nothing on his team wants to take this Poison Jab again. Like I said, if he goes out to Celesteela, I can knock that thing off. He goes Sableye, but I do, again, have that 50% chance to poison him. Not getting it, though. He should go for Recover here, though. His Sableye is very low. Yeah, there we go. As he goes for Will-O-Wisp. Beautiful. Now, Sableye is the one Pokemon that... I mean, Araquanid has no switching, so I'm going out to Araquanid. Araquanid actually has no switchings. I can't be burnt. He can knock me off, but that's fine. I can go right for the Choice Band Liquidation. Araquanid actually has no switchings. Goodbye. Sableye is gone. Beautiful. Alamola is going to be taking damage. Tapu Lele could come out if it wants to. I don't even care. Alamola comes in. What are you going to do? You're going to knock me off? You're going to poison me? You can't touch me. I'm going right for it again. He poisons me. Beautiful. That's damage. That is damage. Something's going to die. You can't wish up. You're going to die to poison. Celesteela is going to take like 10 million from this. Oh my god. Araquanid, calm down. Please. And we're actually just going to go out to Pelipper just to get up the rain. As he goes for Protect. I'm assuming he's Shed Shell. Yep. So what I can do is go for U-turn here. I don't expect him to stay in. He does have that Chansey. As he forfeits, and Araquanid pretty much showing what it done. Basically, whenever Araquanid came in, something dropped. I don't know why he let me knock off his Chansey or knock off his Alamola. The fact that nothing had items once rain was up. As you guys saw, Araquanid did 28% to physically defend. That's physically defensive Alamola. In the rain, that's doing about 40-45%. I'll show you the cap right here. That's doing about 40-45% to Alamola. My math is a little off, but when is my math not off? But yeah. Let's see. In the rain, Alamola. That's not physically defensive. Bold. About 40, 45 around there. Without the rain, yeah. I'm assuming it's less HP, maybe 116, something like that. That's level 100. Or same thing. I'm assuming it's around there. So, again, around 45%. But in any case, I think Araquanid did its job this game. And why am I facing stall so much? Am I a blunder? Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed this live. Definitely was fun. The link to the team will be down below in the description. Feel free to subscribe, of course. Check out the playlist previously. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch. The links are down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.